Hey, we're back again. Grappling Dads Podcast. Paul and Kip. I'm Paul. Kip's over there.
I'm Kip. And the show is brought to you by
Tap Tape. Get your tap tape.
Hey, that fucker's alive.
He is alive. Doing well.
Shockingly, right after we were worried about him on the show.
Well, you know
that Thursday, he's like, "Hey, what's up?"
You know what happened? I was so pissed. And I think I sent you and Kroyler a link. And then I sent him a link because I was thinking about him at the time because I'm like, hey, I haven't heard from him. And I was listening to a podcast, Joe Rogan, and he had Faraz Sahabi on.
Oh, yeah, you got all freaking psyched up on that thing.
I got excited. I'm like, oh, this is good shit. Like, I was really enjoying the show. So I started texting. I'm like, you got to listen to it. So I gave the links and all that. And then I got halfway through the show, and they started talking about the dumbest shit in the history of dumb shit. I was so bummed, and I'm like, I redact.
He did.
I redact
like, I'm sorry, I should have said something after I finished the whole show. Listen to the beginning.
Yeah, I 100% regretted sending that out
it's pretty
as
bad.
A recommendation. Apologies.
Piss poor. Piss poor, sir.
So Mike is like, what part of this exactly did you think I'd like? As soon as you get to the part where he says science is woo, you can go ahead and just stop it.
Stop it. Cut it off.
Yeah, we're done here. So, yeah. Anyway, tap tape.
Love that stuff.
Love that stuff. Get on the Amazons. Order you some tap tape. We like the Death Grip. That's our preferred.
Fission tape's nice, though.
Fission tape is good. I like it. Not mad at it. I'm just a Death Grip fan.
Yeah, same here. I like it a lot. Also, he does have gym discounts, so...
Yeah, get a hold of him.
For your gym owners, get a hold of him.
It out.
He will hook you up. Leave him a review. If you don't, it'll hurt my feeling.
It will.
I have one. Yeah. Don't hurt it.
Reviews are a big deal. So
they are. They especially on Amazon.
They are appreciated.
Huge. Even if they're bullshit, but they aren't bullshit because they're good stuff.
Yep. So yeah, do that.
Anyways,
next up we have Top Mount
Apparel. I like how we both looked at the flag for some reason.
We like it. It's a cool flag.
It's our flag.
They have one of the best logos in Jiu Jitsu. It's just sweet looking.
They do.
Yep. I like what Al came up with there.
Yeah, Al gave me a bunch of shit because he called me out for like asking for shit on the air.
Nah, he did. It was funny.
Send me shit and I won't say anything. And no, they got great stuff. I'm looking forward to having my blue belt rash guard that I've been looking forward
to. Coveting since you've seen me wearing it.
I really like
6
yours.
Months,
quite jealous. So it's their rash guards are great. Love that design with the blue belt going down the side, like the rib cage. It's really cool. Just good stuff. Great people all the way around.
I think I'm going to get that tattooed on me. The blue belt down my rib cage, as I'm not going to ever get my purple belt.
Oh, blue belt for life.
Yeah, just right down the old ribs.
So you're going to be a purple belt? You're going to change? You're going to get another one?
Just have it shaded in.
What?
Just have them shade the same one.
Yeah, I'm just going to just add some purple. It'll be fine.
No, just write text, this is purple now, with an arrow.
Asterisk purple now. Good tattoo. I like it. But check them out on topmountapparel.com. GD10 at checkout gets you 10% off. And also shows that we're doing something.
Yeah.
So go ahead and do that and support a great cause and keeping a BJJ a family, and that's really what he's all about.
If you want to listen to his episode, it is episode number 44.
44, and you get to learn a little bit about Al.
Yeah, it's good stuff. And if you ever had a desire for a shirt that says
tacos,
Jiu Jitsu and tacos on it, I mean, dude, it doesn't get any better than that.
All I want is Jiu Jitsu and tacos.
Yeah, perfect.
It needs to be an advertisement.
It does.
For BJJ.
I like it.
I like it too.
I'm a fan.
Same here. And but yeah, check them out for sure. We got Blackline Jiu Jitsu. He's kind of important. It's our gym.
Yeah, that's where we
Grand
go to
Rapids,
get beat
Michigan.
Up. Mm-hmm.
Chad Pomeroy is our head instructor. We also have a person named Morgan who's also an instructor. She did something well over the weekend. What was it?
She went ahead and won yet again at the Grappling Games Super Fight Pro Fight.
Yes, in beautiful Oak Lawn, Illinois.
Yeah.
So she did great again. She represented us very well. She was pretty upset with herself because she thought she could do better. We're like, you won?
It's funny how people expect so much more out of themselves than anybody else.
Amazing.
I'm like, but you won and you did good. She was a tough opponent.
Yeah,
she was doing well.
Yeah,
you could tell that it was a tough match. You could tell it was a hard fight for her. But you could also tell that she was outclassing her. Like what? Yeah. She was closer to any submission than the other lady was. So you should be very proud of yourself.
She should. And well, it's Morgan. She, self-critical. Mm-hmm. She's very good at that. It's a skill.
Future world champ, baby.
She's awesome.
She's fun.
The Ginger Ninja.
Get it right, bro.
I'm sorry. I over-enunciated the proper word.
Stop over-enunciating.
My fault.
What do you think? This is a verbal podcast?
This is not a verbal podcast. This is a very visual podcast.
Fair enough.
Sucks for everyone that can't see it.
I know. YouTube's.
We should do that at some point.
At some point, we'll get there.
But there's also some other person that's mildly involved with the show.
You'll hear about him shortly.
I mean,
if you type in Kroy into Google, his name will come up.
Yeah, right there.
Good old Kroyler Gracie.
And I'll bring up my favorite picture ever. The one that he's like, I didn't even know they were taking it. His far off stare.
Yeah, he knew.
Yeah, fuck you. You were planning your blue steel the whole time.
Watch me look epic. People will love it.
But Kroyler Gracie, jiu-jitsu.com. Check him out in Elkhart. You've heard him on here. He's even better in person. So
check him out for a private lesson or have him out for a seminar.
I think a seminar. Anybody that has him out for a seminar is going to do it every year. No doubt.
Yeah, this podcast would be lame-o without him because, we're just a couple of blue belts. It was just a blue belt and just a white belt. Yes. But now it's just a couple of blue belts. So.
Yeah, we're just blue belts over here.
Yeah, I think we have good insight, but the knowledge is on the limited side. So he's always willing.
And nothing's going to fix that.
Right.
So you can't fix stupid.
Kroyler fixes it. I'm like, I got a question. Can you answer this in epic fashion? And I'll go ahead and read it in horrible fashion.
And kind of being an asshole about it.
I'm going to murder it, and it'll be great. It'll be great. Yeah.
Do it again.
People will learn stuff and things. So
all right. Well, there's our sponsors. Check them out and support them because they support us. Yeah.
Yeah. Today we're going to talk about rolling ability and promotions.
How the two coincide, you mean?
Well, what I'm getting at is, so depending on the gym you go to, you're promoted by what you know or what you can do. So I kind of, air quotes, grew up in if you roll like a blue belt, you'll be a blue belt. So if you're...
Doesn't that kind of fit to the type of school, like really to the type, if you're a testing school or a non-testing school?
I think
bleed in that a little bit?
I think it does. So yeah, you got schools that test like we do. That you got schools that do not test. Then you got schools that don't test and they're competition based. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you do well in competitions, that's typically when you'll get promoted. Like if you do well in competition,
yeah, you see those guys always run up while they're on the freaking winners thing podium and like, oh,
yeah,
here's your belt.
Yeah, getting promoted on the podium. I'm like, I can see.
Yeah, sorry, Ben. Yeah. That happened to Ben. Then that guy, I don't care. That's like 15 or 16-year-old kid ended up at Worlds like 3 weeks later. But anyways, he got his blue belt after he beat Ben. I was like, oh, fuck.
That's the thing. It happens. So I'm not mad at any particular thing. But in my head, I had to roll like a blue belt to get my blue belt. So I was expected to have a certain ability.
Mm-hmm.
And the knowledge didn't necessarily coincide with it. So I had a lot of gaps in knowledge, but what I did know I could do well, and I had enough athleticism and strength
to pull those
and
off.
Size. Yeah, so I could roll pretty good
on a wide range of people.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I'm not saying that I wasn't a blue belt. I'm just saying that in order to
you weren't.
No. I see what you did.
So easy.
So it was just different. Where when in a knowledge based, you can be say an 85-year-old man. If you know the curriculum, you're probably not going to roll like I had to get my blue belt.
Yeah.
But you'll still be a blue belt. So I could roll with him and go, well, I can kick his ass, and he doesn't feel like a blue belt to me. So why does he get a blue belt?
You know I think this goes for a lot of things all the way down the stripes. Because everyone's struggling. It's one of the biggest struggles. We've gone over that. Is why do you get one and I didn't? Or I beat that dude up every fucking time I'd roll with him.
Yeah.
All that shit.
This is one of the bigger, I dare say, political issues in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, and we've talked about it a number of different times, but never as a whole.
Right. We'll actually talk more about it. We're going to start talking about, we did the value of stripes on a white belt.
Yeah.
In previous episodes. We're going to do it on blue belts and episodes coming up. But so you get your blue belt, but what makes you a 1-stripe blue belt and not a baby blue belt? Or what makes you a 4-stripe blue belt as opposed to a 2-stripe blue belt? Like what are you looking for? What's the difference? Well, according to Kroyler, because I really don't know.
Neither do I. I just make guesses.
But I'm very curious. This stuff fascinates me, and a lot of other people. It helps them going, I can beat Dan up, and so I think I should be more stripes than him, but I'm not. Well, you'll learn why soon.
Yeah.
After I start reading.
Well, I can't wait to hear, because, I didn't pre-read anything, because I don't.
I like it to feel organic.
Yeah, that's my excuse. That's bullshit. I'm just lazy as hell and don't want to read. If you had more pictures, Kroyler, I'd be good.
Can you draw it in crayon next time? That would be very
perfect.
Helpful.
Little arrows to the really important parts.
Right, circle them. Red marker. This is important, flashing me.
Because if not, I'm not going to catch it. I need cliff notes or nothing.
Right.
Yeah, I think a lot. This is an interesting one, because I think this last time we've brought up promotions and whatnot, I think that kind of hit a nerve for a lot of people.
Yeah, I think it hits a nerve for a lot of people in a lot of schools. For instance, if two people get a blue belt at the same time and one person can beat the shit.
Oh, I'm totally better than Eric.
Yeah. I was going to go vice versa on this particular case, but the fact remains is you might get fussy, right? So if you're at a testing school and you got two people getting their blue belt at the same time, but one person can beat the other person 9 or 10 out of 10 times, you might go, doesn't make any fucking sense. A lot of people with your brain, yes. Right. Well, exactly. With my brain.
Because you looked at it different than I did.
I did. I looked at it
totally the opposite side of me, because I'm just like, for me and Eric, I feel like he did a lot of the techniques better than I did.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
too soon?
Too much. Too much. Over the top.
Less enthusiasm, please.
Less hurting. Less hurting. But I do. I think, and that's kind of his niche, though, is really overanalyzing each little thing. That's not me. Mine's, I don't know, just do it kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And so it's just different, but in a testing format.
Right.
He's definitely going to do better than I am. But for me, I'm no better than him. He's no better than me. It was just, we both were working towards that common goal, right. And we're both blue belts. Not better, not worse. Don't care really how fast he gets to a stripe or how fast I get to a stripe. It's, it's just interesting. I don't see it the way you do. I don't see you don't roll like a blue belt. You don't get to that blue belt. Well, fuck you. I worked pretty hard to get here.
No, that's
you may
legit.
wreck me, but I worked pretty hard to get here.
Yeah, my mind has been changed over the last year and a half that I've been
different.
Here.
Yeah, I think a different school.
Yeah, yeah. It was just a whole new paradigm for me, a whole new way of thinking.
Makes sense.
About things. Well, it goes back to the what were we arguing about last time? Depth versus breadth.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, but so I didn't understand. You and I both had an issue with.
Oh yeah,
I'd rather know a couple things really, really good that I can concentrate on, and to me that made a lot of sense.
Still does.
It still does to a point.
To an extent, but I totally understand where they come from.
Yeah, coincidentally, I was reading a book that was talking about depth versus breadth in more or less being a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Like if you're a jack of all trades, you can do a lot of shit. You can fix your own lawnmower, you can fix your own car, you can do your own plumbing, you can do your own art, you can do all these things that you don't have to pay people to do.
Yeah.
And then you got one person that's really good at tightening bolts. And then everything else, like cooking, cleaning, lawn repair, car repair, you just got to pay everybody to do all that shit. Oh,
hey, it's you!
Even though, exactly, even though you can't out tighten bolts to this motherfucker, right? He's got that one thing on lockdown. And in that context, I'm like, that makes a lot of sense, and it correlates to what Kroyler was saying, right?
Yeah.
So if you know a lot more shit, you just have such a wider base to do life or do jiu-jitsu.
But we were on the thing of jack of all trades, a king of none. Yeah, know. So, but we were wrong.
Yeah.
To an extent, still think I'm kind of right on my time, because I think time plays a big role in it.
I do,
and I think time plays a lot. Available time.
Yep. According to this book, he goes, there's different skill levels that you're going to get for the amount of time. Like if you put in 1,000 hours, you'll get a remedial level of success with something. Like, I know about it, I can kind of do it. You put in 5,000 hours and you're pretty legit. You can do it and you can do it well. When you put in 10,000 hours, then you're an expert. And what I think
Kroyler, what if you really suck at it?
Well, you picked the wrong thing. I don't know. But,
I've been doing this 10,000 hours and I still can't tighten a bolt.
Yeah. But I guess I'd rather split my time up, 1,000 hours on 5 different things or 10 different things rather than 10,000 hours on one particular thing.
Yeah, I'll get bored anyways.
Exactly. Squirrel.
What?
No? Yeah.
What are we doing right now?
All right, we're going to read right now.
Where am I?
All right. Kroyler's Pro Novel.
It's serious. That's what they are at this point. Yeah. Good Lord, they keep getting longer. Where'd this one? This one's like from the vault. We've had this one in the freaking holster for a minute, haven't we?
Yes, we have. Well, we got sidetracked a couple times with listener emails, which sidetracked us on another question that I wanted to know. Right away
stop writing in, people.
Right, stop it.
Stop having good emails, dickheads.
But so this one was just in the holster. So we could call it Kroyler's Pro Just the Tip. No?
That's creepy.
Yeah. All right. Rolling ability, and should we all be held to the same standards? Well, I can't speak in the behalf of all the instructors out there. I can only speak on my own thoughts and opinions on the topic. Well, that's what I was looking for, so perfect. So, are we all born the same? No, we aren't.
Yes.
Yes, we are.
I'm just like Kroyler.
Exactly. No different. I'm Adonis.
When I was 12, I was wearing a floppy little hat.
In a bow tie. Are we all raised the same? No, we aren't. Do we all have the same lives? No, we don't. So how does that fit into a sport where we try to standardize teachings and the student's progress? It doesn't. The way I personally look at it.
Hello?
Yeah, I lost my place.
What did you lose your place?
I was going to scroll up a little bit, and it literally just went all the way to the top. I'm like, this is going to be
the dead air. Like, he's just like, I don't know what to do right now.
God, Jesus.
I shouldn't call attention to this, but I'm gonna. I was going to try. I can't fix it.
I was going to try to just make shit up. I'm like, I can't.
I don't know what you're saying.
My face is so red right now.
It really is.
I'm embarrassed.
Oh, we'll totally edit that out.
God. Yeah, we will.
No, I won't.
Jesus. All right, I found it. The way I personally look at it is we are all different from different backgrounds with different life factors. So why not focus on the end goal instead of the mile markers? Here's what I mean. Everyone is concerned on comparing how good they are or someone else is in comparison to others. Quit it. Yeah, it's hard to quit it.
Shut up, jerk.
Throw that out there. That's what people do. Like, it's
people like a measuring stick.
Yeah, and I measure myself against other people that do the same shit.
Yeah. Makes sense to me.
I see your point, though. Still can't do it. Think simply on how good you are, not on how good you are compared to them. We have discussed this in great detail during the episode in which we discussed the stripes in the white belt. We just talked about that.
I got to it first, bitch.
Yeah. So, Paul asked me the question of if we are all different and whatnot, why do we hold everyone to the same standards? Or rather, he wanted to know if we shouldn't hold everyone to the same standards. Before I answer Pauline's question, let me throw something out there. To me personally, someone naturally extremely talented, with no responsibilities, with lots of drive and hard work, no injuries, with the means to train all the time, should have no reason not to get his or her black belt in 3 to 6 years. We hear of this all the time with people like Kyotera and BJ Penn, and of course it makes sense, and this is very impressive. Agreed. Yeah, there's a few people out there that their whole lives are in jiu-jitsu.
And it's different though. You know what I mean? They're a different beast for sure.
But I think the levels of the beast, right? So everybody looks at them and go, yeah, of course. But they don't look at people like Ryan at our gym, or a couple of people at our gym that train significantly more. They have more time. They have less injuries. They're younger. They're healthier, and we're going, well, shit. They're catching up and passing really fast.
Yeah, this sucks.
They're not. They're clearly not BJ Penn fast, but
they're better enough. Right. Excelling faster enough.
Excelling faster, right? I'm so much better than them.
I am not.
No. On the other hand, to me personally, the naturally untalented, with tons of responsibilities, with lots of drive and hard work, potentially previous injuries, without the means of training all the time, should still be able to get their black belt if they're driven and work hard. May take 12 to 20 years, give or take. This, too, is extremely, very impressive. I think he's talking about us there.
Well, yeah, totally.
Yeah. Let's see. Previous injuries, check. Responsibilities, check.
Free time,
none. Lucky I can do this at all.
We're lucky. Shit, we were just talking about we cut out a day for this.
Yeah.
We used to roll these days when we got together.
This is true. When you lived right next door, we're going to get back to it, though.
Oh, man.
Oh, I wonder if we.
That's like 3-4 weeks out, dude.
I know.
Do you realize that?
Do they have floating mats? We can put them right in the pool.
Yes, they do.
Oh my God.
They have floating mats.
We can drown each other. It's gonna be great.
We'll be dead the first time. Totally worth it.
We got to make sure we put it on video.
Don't worry. There's gonna be a camera on the pool.
Get lots of hits.
Oh my gosh.
All right, moving on. People will say clearly the faster superstar black belt is more impressive or deserving than the overly ordinary slower black belt. Did he just call us overly ordinary? Not that he's wrong. It just doesn't feel good, you know?
I don't like being called overly ordinary. Ordinary, I can deal with ordinary. Overly.
Yeah.
But we're not black belt, so it's not us.
Like mundane, mediocre as fuck. It's
simpletons.
It's like abrasive sandpaper right to the forehead. It really is.
Yeah.
Oh. It really is.
Ow.
Yeah.
So mean.
Like 30 grit. It's terrible.
It's like fucking rocks on my face. It's not fun.
Jesus. Overly ordinary slower black belt. Or, blue belts, as the case may be.
Hey!
Moving on. I say that's bullshit. Anyone can do something that they are naturally good at for 3 to 6 years. Hell, you're good at it. It's going to be fun every day. You're only going to have good days. However, being in training where you struggle more constantly than others, meaning sticking to something you may not love due to your struggles, or seeing others moving past you, or being tapped by people that don't know as much, for 12 to 20 years is fucking impressive. It's impressive because persevering through hard times is hard. Imagine for 12 to 20 years. See, that was good shit right there.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, I'm a bigger fan of that paragraph than any others that he's written to date.
Wow.
Because that's saying a lot of shit.
I should have paid attention.
Well, that's saying a lot of shit because you got people that, yeah, exactly. Like they do it for 36 years and they're fucking phenomenal. Not phenoms, but phenomenal. They're great. And I look up to those people.
Isn't
like,
that
Jesus.
what phenoms mean?
I'm thinking of a different word.
Yeah, because you basically just said,
I'm thinking prodigy.
You're phenomenal. I'm going to call you phenom.
Yeah.
Totally different word.
I was thinking prodigy. I don't like the word prodigy, and here's why.
It's so great, though.
Yeah, it was. Thanks for pointing that out. By phenom,
dude, you're a phenom, not phenomenal.
Edit that out as well, would you?
I'll get right on that. I'm pretty phenomenal at it, but damn it, if I was a phenom, that'd be great.
Lucky fucker. What I was getting at, incorrectly as hell, is the word prodigy.
Yes.
Like people are naturally good at something is a little bit of a misnomer. Was that the right word? They work their ass off, right?
Most of them do. You've talked about that before.
Yeah.
Nicky Ryan and whatnot.
Yeah, exactly. So some people might not necessarily be gifted,
like physically gifted towards it.
Yeah, but
their work ethic and their love for it makes up for it tenfold.
Phenomenal phenom.
Phenomenal phenom. Not a prodigy. That's phenomenal.
Not redundant either.
No, not at all.
Not at all. Exactly.
2 positives make a negative? No. 2 negatives make a positive.
Yeah, but the point is when you just go there and you're just getting your ass kicked all the time, year in, year out, you're gutting it out. You're going 1 or 2 days a week, maybe 3 days a week. You miss sometimes, you got vacations, you get sickness, you got kids and work and all this kind of stuff that gets in the way. But you just keep on showing up year after year, and you finally make it to that black belt level in 20 years. That's a huge deal.
It really is.
You're not
it's
just
pretty fucking amazing.
Yeah, because if you're just going in there and wrecking everybody after 3 to 4 years, it's impressive on one level, sure. And I think a lot of people look at that because it's so unique, and they're like, oh, that guy's awesome.
How about this? That it's kind of sad because it's almost becoming not unique anymore. You're seeing so many people, oh, he's a black belt. What the fuck? How? Not that his skill level's not there, but really?
Well,
black belt, it just seems like, and this is probably a topic for another show, but watch UFC and see how many people on their roster are black belts or brown belts or better. And It's like, you started 2 years ago. I mean, I'm not saying you can't. I'm not saying that. And those guys are the peak athletes, but it almost is taking away from people like Kroyler or any of his cousins.
Right. Well, it's funny because you put me on a mat with John Jones, right? I've been doing jiu-jitsu a lot longer than him. I probably dare say I know more about jiu-jitsu than him. I might be wrong, to be fair.
I'm pretty sure you're wrong.
But
he does jiu-jitsu competitions,
I know he
too.
does. But he's based on being athletic as fuck.
He is a fucking beast.
Yeah, so he's
so his knowledge could
gifted.
be more. Yeah, his knowledge could be. I could see that.
Well, let's say this. Let's say he doesn't know any jiu-jitsu. Do you think I'd still beat him?
No,
exactly.
Not a chance in hell.
Let's go with that. Let's take knowledge aside. Let's say he knows zero jiu-jitsu, and I know as much as I do today. 4-stripe blue belt. I've been doing it for 10 years. Yeah, I'm not beating him.
No, not even close.
Yeah, but people like that, they keep on winning fight after fight. He can go into any jiu-jitsu tournament, wrestling tournament, and probably beat the shit out of people. As a matter of fact, he did it to Dan. God damn it. Henderson. Oh, thanks, buddy. You came through.
Help you out there, bud.
But yeah, on paper, Dan Henderson should have beat the shit out of
wrestling.
him. Yeah,
no doubt.
But he got his ass kicked.
John Jones is a freaking freak of nature.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just too bad he's stupid as shit.
Yeah, he makes bad choices. He really does. Poor choices. I don't think he means so. I don't think he's like a bad person. I just think he just fuck, man. You can't help it.
See, I think he is a little bit of a bad person.
He's got wrong people hanging around him.
I think
it's like a peer pressure thing. No,
I think a lot of it he is a closet asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just not to get into it too much. Just watching the how Daniel Cormier, who also is a master manipulator, he's a very intelligent asshole, and like he's so smart when he's an asshole. Like he would get John going, and then like there's that one part where I don't know if you ever saw it. They were doing an interview before one of their fights, and they were on they thought they weren't on air yet. So all of a sudden, John Jones went from this nice, cordial dude almost to like just talking shit to John, and you're like. To Daniel, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, you're supposed to be this clean guy, and ever since then, he's like embraced being kind of a dickhead.
Missed that one.
Yeah, you should look it up. It's kind of funny.
I will. Sounds like fun.
But no, I think John Jones got famous too fast, got too big of a head, and then became
what he is
now. Because I think you're probably right. He probably was a really neat guy that worked really hard to get where he was, but with a unbelievable base to start from, and then out of nowhere fucking became.
It sucks because there's always those people that I really want to love.
Yeah, same here.
I'm like, oh man, I want to like you so bad, but you're not a good person. You keep on making really shitty decisions, and you're making me hate you.
Yeah. So going back to my point is just to bring it back around because we're really bitching about John Jones all of a sudden, and but
this isn't verbal tap.
Is. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
He's not trying to steal your shit, guys.
But I think the phrase black belt, especially to outsiders outside of what we are accustomed to, is getting watered down. It really is, because it just seems that people are becoming black and blue. And I'm sure these people could stomp the living fuck out of me, but they seem to shoot through those belts pretty damn quick. When for a fact, yes, that's everyone. I know what people are going to say. Oh, that's their life. That's what they do. But is it? Because if they're MMA fighter, I'm just focusing on MMA just because it's in the front of my mind. Right. MMA, mixed martial arts. So they have to be getting into. They're not spending all their time. They're spending
Muay Thai, karate,
Muay Thai, karate. You name it, they're doing it. So
just a touch of judo every now and then.
Yeah, it's splash of judo,
just
splash
sprinkled in here.
Nate DeCamp splashes judo all over the place. But so it just seems maybe I'm wrong, and these people have all put in tons of time just at that, but I don't think so, because you'll see some of the guys that are pretty fucking legit at jiu-jitsu that are like purple belts, and they're because they're in a school that's like, well, I don't care if you're a fucking pro.
Right. Yeah.
Where's your knowledge at?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care how many people you can do it to, but you're part of this, and you got to earn it.
Yeah, there's a lot of nuance around this, because there's people that might be an expert at jiu-jitsu, but they can't teach it. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of that
too. And there might be people that they can fuck everybody up in the worlds and on the tournaments, but their knowledge base isn't where it should be to be what a lot would consider a black belt.
From someone from my position of where I just had to know a page and a half of shit just to get a fucking blue belt.
Right. Yeah, you had to know a lot of stuff for the still beginner belt.
Yeah, beginner belt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're not intermediate yet. We're beginner belts.
Yeah, and it's fucking
a lot of shit.
2 pages of shit. I just keep making it longer. It's like 4 pages. It's like a fucking novel.
Pages, It's like one of these pro tips. So much information.
So much. Retain it all. I retained just enough to pass. No kidding.
I forgot it all.
I forgot one.
Yeah, you did. Only one, though. Wasn't bad.
No.
I've seen worse. Not really. You were the worst.
Well, it fits.
Funny. All right, but I like that. Going back to what he says, it's impressive because persevering through hard times is hard. Imagine for 12 to 20 years. So, yeah.
It's just hard is hard. It's just sounded stupid.
It's the Department of Redundancy Department.
Why were you so redundant this evening?
Because
there's other words.
It's more funner.
Funner and fun.
Yeah. The point remains, it's impressive as fuck, and I like the way he looked at that. I like the way
I really do.
Yep, it made me feel a little better about myself. It less sandpapery.
I think it clarifies a lot.
Yeah,
it's a very clarifying paragraph.
Yep, exactly. Side note: I think anyone can get to black belt if they work hard and they have the drive for it.
Besides Kip
and Paul. So now, with all those things in mind, let's answer Pauline's question. I personally hold everyone to the same standards. Now, my question is basically, we already went over it. Like,
yes.
Kip gets a blue belt and Eric gets a blue belt. I think Kip is fucking terrible and Eric is awesome. So why are they both getting a blue belt?
Yeah.
It's,
in Paulie's brain, it doesn't fit. That puzzle piece you have to smash together.
Exactly. I'm not correlating you with a blue belt. It just doesn't make any sense.
It's because you know me.
Yeah. I'm kidding. You're great.
Bullshit.
This is fun. I personally hold everyone to the same standards. I test all my students for the belts. They must know the same exact curriculum and be proficient at it in order to pass the test.
And willing to take knee on belly. Repeatedly.
Meaning the knowledge portion. When it comes to live application of knowledge, meaning the rolling, that is where things get more complex. That is what I was getting at. Because I was equating live application of rolling to belts.
Yeah.
And he's going, it's knowledge is what gets you the belts.
Yeah, and I was kind of a combo. I was knowledge and time.
Yep.
So obviously my time was stupid, and we've gone over that.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Live application of knowledge translates to ability. I expect all my students to have the same minimum ability level as their peers, meaning my blue belt should easily beat out the white belts and occasionally struggle with the white belt that is near the blue belt. Those same blue belts should occasionally cause a purple belt to struggle, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Makes
said. Sense. Yeah, makes sense.
The maximum ability level at each belt is where everyone gets caught up as everyone measures or feels they should measure to the best guy in each rank. Yeah, that's one thing I kind of did, right? Because when I was a brand new blue belt and I'm rolling against another blue belt, even though we had more stripes, and I'm getting destroyed, I didn't feel like much of a blue belt. I'm like, why the fuck am I wearing this? It doesn't make any sense. But the difference between a baby white belt and a 4-stripe white belt and a baby blue belt and a 4-stripe blue belt, there's a bigger knowledge gap there.
Oh, much different.
Yeah.
Man.
It's a lot simpler to get a blue belt than it is to get a purple belt. So the knowledge between baby blue and purple is huge. But
the only thing is about that statement is a little off, because it shouldn't be that huge of a difference because your amount of time in it. It should be about the same type of test, because your base of knowledge should be so much greater when you're going from blue to purple. At least in ours with the curriculum that we're supposed to have. So I'm just saying for that in my mind, I'm like, no, it shouldn't be that much of a difference by the time you get to that phase. I don't know, test, whatever.
I guess how I look at it is when you're a white belt and you just start out and you don't know anything about anything, like your base, your posture, your pressure, everything.
All terrible.
You're learning shit that ain't moves, right? You're learning concepts on how to roll, and that's kind of where your rolling ability comes in, right? So by the time you're a blue belt, you're getting the hang of, oh, okay, I got to distribute my weight as such in all these different positions, on top of learning all the moves. So it's really easy to off balance white belts because they're still learning that. Once you get to a blue belt, you're getting the hang of it if you don't already have the hang of it. Like, you can't just sweep a blue belt that easily as opposed to a white belt.
You would hope not.
You would hope not, right? So now that you have that level of knowledge, because you're learning kind of two things at once as a white belt. You're learning the balance, base, pressure, posture, and the moves. As you're a blue belt, you're refining that, but you're not having to learn it from scratch. Now you're just adding more and more moves with the already built-in knowledge or feel of base, pressure, posture, balance. Make sense?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit?
A little bit.
Did I over-explain that?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
No, it's kind of, I have the same type of view, but I just think the testing is a different part that I see. Like I don't see it as this huge jump from blue and purple is that much different than white to blue. Yes, there's more shit there that you need to know and need to be able to be proficient at. But fuck, by the time you're there, you had already gone through that shit. So your base of knowledge is much different than when you started. Because just like you just said, fucking when you're a white belt and you just get started, you're like, what is the sport?
I don't know what's happening to me.
And why is my face getting pile drived into the mat repeatedly? Oh, it's because I have zero clue how to stop people from doing that to me. And,
I can't stop this.
But when you're a blue belt, your knowledge base is, at least at our school, I guess I wish I had been in other schools to an extent, even though I love ours, is my knowledge base is a lot larger now as a blue belt. So working forward, I feel like I'll learn more because I'm not so worried about fucking learning, oh, how the fuck do I not get thrown around? How do I not get smashed by this large guy? So I feel like my learning as a blue belt should be not easier is the wrong word, but more proficient.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
yeah, I think your knowledge is going to come faster just because you're not trying to learn.
So that jump from blue to purple will seem almost it's a relative term now at that point. Maybe.
But I mean, to Kroyler's point, it'll take a year, maybe 2 years to get your blue, and it'll take 3-4 years to get your purple.
12.
Or 12, 75 in my case.
We will forever.
Who's counting? That's funny. All right. Let me ask a better question. Does maximum ability level change? Absolutely. Age, illness, injuries, life, family, work, stresses, all of these will lower or increase your maximum ability level, and they will change over time, both for the better and for the worse. Mostly for the worse.
Yes.
If we're honest, It just doesn't get any better, people.
Going backwards.
I suppose if you stop smoking, start eating right, and exercising, doing yoga, it could get better. I haven't done any of that. So for me, it's just a slow progression of age-related illnesses and stuff. So
yeah, mine is coming quick. I just keep hurting myself.
Yeah, it's really fun. All right, moving on.
Super fun crying in my bed at night because I can't move.
Exactly. However, the minimum ability level should never change, meaning at your worst day against the toughest opponent, you should be able to perform at a certain ability level dependent on your rank and experience. Meaning if you're a blue belt, on your worst day, you should still beat out the white belts, occasionally struggling with the more senior white belts. And you should occasionally make the baby purple belt struggle. I hope that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it did.
All right, gotcha.
And I'm a simpleton, so
okay, the only question,
I caught it.
Yeah, the only question I got there, like, let's say I'm like 95 years old. Will a white belt give me problems? Like, I don't know. I hope not.
I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. I'm sorry. Like, new white belts, the best that they're going to have, you're going to walk in with a guy that just goes balls to the wall and just has energy like a fucking bunny rabbit. Just all over the place. Go, go. Yeah. Guess what? And that lasts, 10 seconds? You know what I mean? They can't, no matter what, if you don't have the knowledge to not kill yourself, you're going to end up killing yourself as that. So guess what? If you're 95 and you have the knowledge, you're going to smoke that dude.
But it's funny because in order to be a red belt, you're old as fuck, right? You got to be in your 60s. So
you would think, yeah.
Yeah. Typically. Late 50s.
Yes.
You know, it happens earlier, I suppose. But you're past middle age, right? You're getting older.
Yes.
You've been through some shit. And I've seen a couple of videos of red belts rolling with white belts, and it is comically easy for the red belt. So, yeah, you're right. You should always have that minimum ability. Like, even, hey, I'm getting old. I got arthritis. I don't feel like rolling that hard. I'm going to fuck you up. Yeah. Because I know so much more sorcery than you do.
I am a fucking wizard. Watch me.
Yeah, exactly. Alrighty.
Yeah, much like when you told Kroyler that he couldn't triangle me, and somehow, from a position that you shouldn't be able to triangle from, he triangled me like 18 different ways.
You know, it's funny.
It was fun.
I don't often get to watch him roll. because I'm usually in the middle of getting wrapped up like a pretzel by him.
Yes.
But his transitions are so freaking smooth. You're like, how is that even possible? Like
he flows
it's
from on top to under to the bottom to guard to just it's so effortless. It's like him for us walking.
Oh yeah.
It's natural for even just a black belt in general because you watch videos. It's the same. Like we were talking about that.
Oh, we just talked about that earlier.
Where you take Henner.
Yeah. Well, he's got a lot of videos up there, so I'm watching a lot of Huron and Henner videos.
Yeah, Henner videos
of them rolling with
like striped up brown belts. Been doing it, belts, and black belts, and they are like teaching during the roll.
Yeah, they're having conversations with other people, showing them how they're
not disrespectful.
No,
at all. Just like
here's how I'm doing this.
Here's how I'm doing this.
Meanwhile, the guy on top is
like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, and he's not. But that's just it's amazing to me. Amazing that that knowledge base that they have can make them that comfortable in that situation. It's fuck.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's like we said earlier. It's like being the Bobby Fischer of jiu-jitsu. You know, it's just you're so many moves ahead. Like you know everything they're gonna do.
So they're all gonna end up mildly insane. And
I mean, yeah, you met Kroyler.
Oh. That's pretty accurate.
A little sketchy.
Little sketch.
Regardless, really good at what they do. Really, really good.
Crazy. Really good at what they do.
Nice. All right, moving on. Now, where I might differ from other instructors is that I expect only the best from my students, and should they not reach or meet my expectations, then it is not them that fail.
I call bullshit. Yeah. He gave me a blue belt.
Right? Way to go, Kroyler. Did he like mumble to himself like,
motherfucker, he paid his dues. Fuck there.
My job is to make my students the best version of themselves and to make their jiu-jitsu incredible. To make them surpass me. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Until they have done that, it is my failure, not theirs. How is it living in perpetual failure? How does that feel?
Why are you looking at me?
You're the only one here.
Damn it, that hurt.
Looking at you, Kroyler. All right. This allows me to put the burden on myself, to drive me to find ways to improve them, ways to motivate them, ways to make them see their potential and their maximum ability as I see it, something that can be achieved. Until my students have surpassed my knowledge and ability level, I have failed. You say that a lot.
Yeah, I know. Damn, dude.
Wow.
We love you, man.
Cool,
we love you. You're cool.
Down, you know,
Stop talking about failure.
Doing a great job. I
mean, yeah.
Let it all out, buddy. How do you really feel? Let it all out.
You promoted, what was that guy's name? Claude. I mean, he's all right. You gave him that stripe recently. Whatever.
Yeah.
As he's winning shit all over the place. Yeah. I can't even do it. That dude's funny as hell.
Right. Moving on.
No failures.
I teach my students to think of making the team better and not just themselves. As the better our training partners are, the better we become collectively. Truer words have never been spoken. Like if you have shitting trading partners and you're not helping them be better, you're not going to get better.
For sure.
Yeah, don't be one of those guys or girls that just hide knowledge. Like, I know this and I'm not showing anybody. No, show everybody everything. If you're good at it and you're proficient and you're not,
that's one thing Paulie's done, and that's why our roles are fun. But they almost never come to any submission whatsoever. It's because Paulie's shown me all his shit. He's like, this is what I'm really good at, and this is how I get it.
Well, and I show you how to defeat it.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you don't want me to do this, here's what you do to stop it. Because that makes you better, and consequently, I need to overcome that.
Yes.
Yeah. If I'm just catching you in the same damn arm lock over and over again.
Which you used to.
Eventually, that becomes like, all right, not fun. I need to work on other shit. And I'm not going to work on other shit if you keep on letting me.
No, it's just it's an inherent thing. You're gonna be like, oh, this is my shit. You gave it to me again. Oh, right. And then like Groundhog Day. Oh, this is my shit. You gave it to me again. I can't help yourself.
Nice. All right. I teach my students to think of making the team better. I already read that. This ideology causes three amazing things. 1, it inspires everyone to reach out and try to reach their maximum ability and knowledge level. 2, it allows for an environment where everyone wants to see each other succeed and will work to that. And 3, it allows me to hold them to a higher standard, which I do.
You sure?
You sure? Because you gave Kip a blue belt.
I mean, Eric made sense.
You just lowered the bar.
I really did. I fucked that curve up. I brought that curve down, bitches.
I just want him to write in the next Kroyler's pro novel defending why he gave you the belt. It's like, no, you did the test.
I don't think he would bother, though.
Like, no.
He'd be like, Chad made me do it.
Yeah, right.
That's what Chad said, like an asshole. He's like, I tried failing you. Kroyler made me give you the belt.
That's really funny.
That was pretty damn funny. I laughed pretty hard on that one.
Shit. All right. Moves on to the last paragraph. I got sidetracked there. So, Pauline, should we change standards? Long story short, nah. Because I don't measure how fast someone got to a destination, only that they achieved the same destination with the same traveling experience.
What if I was racing to get there, fucker?
I'm racing.
You going to take that away from me?
Yes, he is. It's about the end destination, not the speed. After all, we are all journeying the same path in this amazing Jiu Jitsu lifestyle. Right, Kippers? Yes. No.
He worked it in early this time. Or was that the end?
That was the end.
Oh, God, he's got to do it every time at the end. Do it earlier. It'll throw me off more.
Nah.
Al does that shit, too, from Top Mount, everyone. Sends me messages and just manages to... I think he worked it into saying congratulations to me. Oh, congratulations on your boot belt, on your journey and your path. You fucktard. I hate done. You. All of you suck.
But yeah, I think that sums it up. Like, don't be so concerned about rolling ability and belts. See what they know. You know, can they do it statically? Do they know the positions and stuff? And just because, you know, you have a 75-year-old man and you're a 23-year-old athlete and you can beat the shit out of him, does he know as much as you do? Like, can he still roll really good at that level with, you know, typical other belts?
with more knowledge than anything else.
Yeah, you know, just because you're not a phenomenal phenom such as yourself, maybe not be so mad at that.
That was so great.
Still hate it.
Yeah, still love it. That was wonderful. Totally fail. Oh man, that's great. But yeah, it's interesting because it kind of bleeds in for me for what you go through when other people are getting those stripes and those promotions and you're not. It's a freaking sticking point, I'm sure, in every gym. I would think.
Be, yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been to a gym where people aren't like, I don't get why he got striped and why I didn't. Like, it's always
so what can you do about it? What the fuck can be done? Because it sucks for a lot of people.
I think...
like a lot of people.
Yeah. I think you can always ask your coach, what do I need to work on?
I don't think you can. I don't think so. I mean, I think you can, yeah, of course. Do I think it helps you? Realistically, no, because it still comes up to your coach. And where your coach's mindset is at. And most people, it's almost abstract. It's constantly changing. It's evolving. And you... just as a human being, you'll focus more on certain people just by nature. Not because you like them anymore, not because they're better, just because, I don't know, they're there more, or they're around, they happen to roll around you that much more, or they roll with one of your other coaches more, and the coach knows more about them, or they ask for more questions to that coach, or whatever it is.
Some people just click too, right?
Yeah, and I get that. So there's the human factor of promotions is the fucking issue.
Yeah, how do you really feel?
It is. It's a fucking issue.
I agree.
And I can't blame any coach, and I could not do any fucking better. So, at all. I'm not saying that at all. It's just, I see, for me, it was different because I had you to tell me to stop being a little baby bitch. And I think past my second stripe, you didn't hear from me again. I was like, yeah, whatever. Don't give a fuck.
Yep, you were done with that.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I'm like, hey, I got to him.
Yeah, you did.
Winning.
But until you explained it to me and it hit me just the right way, where you're like, dude, you just got to be happy with where you're at. Like, Chad's not doing anything against you. He's not sitting there going, oh, I'm going to ignore Kip, or I'm going to give a stripe to this person, not Kip. Yeah. That wasn't it. I'm sorry, Chad, I'm using that example, but you're my coach. Once that sunk in, I'm like, oh, fuck. This is for me. I'm just going to do this shit. But you want to know what? Still, there was always that little thing in the back of my head when I saw someone getting something, when I'm like, fuck, I've been here longer than them. Or I've been to more classes than them. It's like, fucker. But
yeah, I mean, that's just being human, right?
It's a human factor that sucks, and it sucks almost more for the coach than anything else.
For sure.
Because the coach has to keep track of that shit. But you can't just give a belt because you've been here long enough. You can't just get a stripe because you've been here long enough.
Well, interestingly, it's not about belts at this point. It's about stripes, right? To get the belt.
Yeah.
So if you want to get a belt, then know the curriculum and perform it really well, and you'll get your next belt. But you got to get the 4 stripes.
Yeah. How do you get those stripes out?
Right.
And that's the thing.
There's the rub.
And yeah, you can also tell by me talking more right now that this sticks with me more than it sticks with Paulie.
Yeah, I give 0 fucks.
If you guys, I think we covered that. If you guys didn't know, a lot of you guys haven't listened to the beginning part of the beginning episodes. Thank you. They were kind of shitty.
Yeah, for sure. Don't go back. We'll explain it right now.
Really good now. So we'll try to fill in the gaps so you don't have to go back there to what we call the Dark Ages. But Paulie doesn't give a shit. If you took his blue belt away, he'll be perfectly fucking happy. He doesn't care. He really, truly does not give a shit. But if you try taking my blue belt away, I got a week and a half ago. I'll fucking bite your hand. You know? So it's I need that. Just for no other reason. It's all a personal thing for me.
Well, and we got to realize everybody's different. Everybody has different personalities, upbringings. Just like Kroyler was saying about your ability level. Like everybody has a different paradigm.
Yeah.
So mine and Kip's is different, and I think mine is right. And
I think yours fucking retarded.
And he thinks his is right? But again, I think his is stupid, and he thinks mine is stupid. But it's just our paradigm. It's how we grew up. So it's what we put focus on. And some people really, really care about the stripes and the belts. And on some level, that's okay. But if you're that kind of person, you really need to at least let a little bit of it go.
No, and I think, it's just like I did. Because, I'm a great example. But I'm not a good example. I'm a fucking perfect example for this. Because that's all I fucking cared about. For the first 2 stripes, I'm like, fucking good. He's been here less than me. I'm better than him. And I'm like, as soon as I got my second, I'm like, oh, I don't even give a fuck about this stripe. Because I was proud of it, but it didn't make me any different.
Yeah, exactly.
It didn't make me any different. So I'm like, fuck. That makes more sense.
Yeah, when you got your stripe, you're no better right afterwards than when you didn't have it.
And that's where Blue Belt Blues comes in, too.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, man, the same people are still kicking my ass. As a matter of fact, everybody's going harder. And
why is everyone trying harder?
It feels worse.
I don't think a lot. So I've just visited with this multiple times. And sorry, we will repeat ourselves on the show. I think we made that promise.
Occasionally, yeah. We try not to.
But this kind of stuff really sticks with me, and we get emails about it. Mm-hmm. Like, we've had emails like, I've been doing this for X amount of time, and there's a guy that I know, like, he's better than me.
A lot of friends started the same day, right? It's like the buddy
system. Yeah.
And my buddy is getting far more ranks
than I am.
And I don't understand. Well, dude, people are different, bro. Like, some people just pick up on shit faster.
And also people just by nature stick out more. Like me, it's hard to fucking ignore me when I'm in class. Not in a good way. I'm just a loud asshole.
Truth. Preach.
Chad literally named a move after me yesterday. You know the dummy toss? Yeah, he called it the kip toss all last class.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
It was good. But that's what I mean. Like, Chad's going to notice what I'm doing a lot because I'm a loud, dumb shit.
Right.
And what if you're just a quiet fucking go-getter just working? There's a good chance you may just get passed over, not by anybody's fault.
Well, there's a couple of people at our gym that they don't talk.
At all.
They're just
Josh.
They're introverts. Josh, looking at you.
I can say whatever I want because I know he doesn't listen.
Yeah, right. But yeah, they're not doing bad. They're doing very well.
Doing very well. Yeah, everybody at our school is doing very well.
But yeah, it's just, if you don't say anything, it's like the squeaky wheel. Like it's true. Like the squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Yes.
So there's a thing. Does it make it right? No. But that's just.
And by squeaky
everybody's
wheel,
human, man.
Yeah, and by squeaky wheel, we're not saying, oh, you're whining about not getting your belt.
No.
That's not what we're saying. We're just saying you're noticeable because you're fucking squeaky.
Right.
And it's interesting. And this really, I feel bad for white belts, especially, including myself, because I'll always be one.
My belt is getting so worn. I'm turning.
Fuck yeah, you're turning back into a white belt. Did you see how fucking mine's just bright blue in the picture, and yours is like white?
It's funny. I looked at it. I'm like, I didn't notice it until just now. It's really bad.
But been a blue belt for a while, bro. It sucks to be that to to watch somebody just excel so much faster than you. Not in skill level, just in stripes. Not in knowledge, just in stripes. That fucking sucks. Because I think as part of it gets lost because I can't remember who wrote it. It was a while back. You know, I pay my money here. You know, when I pay my money, I put my time in. It is still, yes, it's my love, it's my passion. Still pay for this shit. You know, should that correlate in getting promoted? No, not at all. Should it help me get noticed a little bit and have that be a little more structured? Maybe. You know, what do you think? As you stare at me blank, I'm just throwing shit out. I'm trying to remember emails as we've gotten them.
Yeah, I don't get it because I go because I like rolling. I like jiu-jitsu. I like most of the people that I jiu-jitsu with. Not you, everybody else for sure.
Yeah, by most, he just exiles me.
Yeah,
it's fine.
So that's why I do it. Like when I got promoted, I was proud. When I got every one of my stripes on my belts, I was proud. It felt good.
Yeah.
But I wasn't pining for anything. I didn't give a shit if I was noticed or not. I was just having a good time. So I'm different there because.
But I think we nailed that down. That you for sure are the minority in that.
Well, I've never been into
personality type wise.
Yeah, and I never did sports. So, you know, the whole winning, losing, I'm just like, I did what I wanted to do because it was fun. Like, that was my whole life. Yeah. If I won or lost, I can give a shit. You know, I like winning. It's more fun. If I win a roll, it's fun. If I lose, I'm like, well, shit, that could have went better. But I still enjoyed the process. So when cool things happen, I enjoy them and I'll celebrate in the moment, but I don't strive for that. I'm not striving to be a purple belt. I'm just striving to be a good training partner, and I'm having fun, and I'm striving not to get injured. Like, that's the extent of
that's pretty much what my game's coming down to is stay the fuck away from me.
Yeah. You know, belts and shit, you know, they're cool. You know, I respect them.
They're cool.
I mean, it is. You know, it's cool. It's cool to say, hey, man, I'm a 4-stripe blue belt in jiu-jitsu. And people that know jiu-jitsu is like, oh, you're pretty good, right? You know, if you could say I'm a black belt in jiu-jitsu, you're a bad motherfucker. And that's cool, right?
It is.
And that's how you kind of equate your skill to, you know, it's an easy way to say how good you are about saying what belt you are. And that's neat. That's a thing. But I don't know. I just... doesn't matter to me, but I'm trying to see it from another perspective like yours. Like, I get that because some people really care about such things, and
a lot of people
I don't want to shit on that. And it's easy for people like Kroyler and Chad who already have brown and black belts for multiple years to go, oh, don't worry about it, because you already have it. So when you already have something, it's easier to go, don't worry about it. But I guess I never really did. Like, when I got my blue belt, well, I was proud, and it was a great day, and I celebrated. It still had the effect of going, I'm no better, and now people just roll harder with me, and it makes my life more difficult. He's like,
thanks a lot. This is making it harder.
Because when I came from, it wasn't testing. So it was, if you can beat up Paul, then you probably deserve a blue belt as well. So people are like, well, watch me fuck up Paul. Watch this, coach.
Watch me break this brittle old man.
I don't care how much spazzing I got. I'm going to fuck him up. So, yeah, it's just, I don't know. For me, it was.
But can you see, but after all this time that we've hung out and we've talked about, even in our own school, different promotions and stripes and this and that. Not that we really give that much of a shit about ours. It's, it's not. Like, Chad has a great reminder system. He's got a good coaches around to remind him things. So I'm not really talking about that. But can you at least see my side of it a little bit more?
Yeah.
Because I can see yours completely, and I wish to God I had more of that. I wish I had less of a, I want a trophy, and more, I want to enjoy the trip to there. That I wish I had more of that. I really do, and it's something I don't really, I can't say I work on, but it's something I guess aspire to do. It would have to happen spontaneously because I'm not working for that.
There's probably actually a good happy medium, right? Because I might give too few fucks.
You could.
I could probably respect the belts and the accomplishments more. I'm probably on.
Your wife's actually said that.
Yeah, I'm too far at the other end of the spectrum, right? And so if we could kind of meet in the middle, or work towards meeting in the middle, it'd probably be better for both of us. But yeah, for me, it's just about going in there, having fun, being around my buddies, and having a good time. If it's important to you, then I just suggest, hey, talk to your coach and say, hey, this is important to me. I really want to stripe up. What are the things that I have to do to become the next belt? And your coach should be okay with that. You shouldn't ever say,
any good coach is going to be
you shouldn't be like, when am I going to get promoted?
No.
That's not the same. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, hey, where's my game lacking the most, and what could I most benefit from working on in the next 3 months, right? And that's going to be helpful.
Though, wanting to ask why Billy Bob got a freaking stripe and you didn't.
Ooh, don't do it.
Seems like a really sweet, very poignant question. Do not ask that.
Yeah, go ahead and just eat that question. Yeah. Swallow it right back down.
It's not going to help. Push it down. Keep it there. Mm-hmm. Do not ask that question. But, yeah, I feel for a lot of people because I know that hurts.
Yep.
I know it hurts a lot.
And every school is different. We had one of our last emails was a lady that if you want a stripe, then you have to pay for it. And
no matter how much time you put in.
Mm-hmm. So
paying for grade.
I'm not a fan of that, but like I said, everybody, if you run a school, you have a right to run it however the hell you want. So,
and I thought it was interesting with hers, and I think that's probably true a lot, is the person that was running the Jiu Jitsu program had nothing to do
it was all
with
about
the pricing.
Yep.
And
so the owner wasn't the coach.
No,
so
he just and didn't do jiu-jitsu. He just owned the fucking gym and dictated pricing.
Yeah. So that's a thing. So yeah, you can have.
Did you look at the fucking size of classes?
Dude, it's huge.
Holy ballsack.
It's enormous.
It was huge. I'm like, no, not my thing.
Her kids are adorable though.
Yeah, they were.
They're so
they
cool.
are. Did you see she caught up to us on Instagram like 2 weeks after sending an email?
I did.
I was like, she looks cooler than us.
Yeah.
Fuck.
She actually looks like a badass, and here we are. Like, you do jiu-jitsu? Really? Not that debate team or something. No, we're not smart enough for that.
No. We're stupid. We do jiu-jitsu. It's fine.
Hey, speaking of all this stuff, I seen it kind of correlates. I wanted to read it on the air anyway, but I think it's good stuff. It's from the page Jiu Jitsu. I think he's got a good YouTube channel. He's got a good Instagram page.
What was it again?
Jiu Jitsu.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
yep.
Cool guy. He had a little post, and it says, remember, whether you're getting after it and pushing yourself, or you're just moving around a little bit that day trying to get a sweat, have fun. So many people burn out, lose the desire to train because they forget. This is fun. Belts, competitions, wins and losses, all that stuff just comes and goes. But if you're going to stick with this stuff for the long term, you've got to find enjoyment out of just being on the mats, day in and day out. I think that's pretty well said.
No, I totally agree with that. Good job.
Yeah. So, yeah, it correlated more than I guess
Still,
it did.
It does. Still, it's hard to turn that part of your brain off and the feeling sensors.
Yeah, all you can do, because, I mean, you can choose your gym to an extent, but the chances of you having a plethora of gyms to choose from in your neighborhood or driving distance is probably slim to none.
Actually, no, that's not totally true. Larger cities, it's getting way more prevalent.
Right. So we have
I just know because we're helping Mel shop around in Raleigh North and Charlotte, and like there, it was amazing how many gyms there actually were. Just a guy going jiu-jitsu gym, which back in the day found you jack shit.
Oh, nothing. Yeah, when I started, there was one.
Yeah, I remember even when I started a few years back, there was like Chad and two other ones, and that was it. Yeah. Now
there's like six of them.
Six of them around here, which is pretty good. And we're from the Midwest.
Yeah, but
so, not bad.
But to go to Chad's, it's 5 minutes away. To go to the closest other one, it's 20 minutes away.
Fuck, it's on the other side of town.
Exactly. So a lot of times you're stuck with a gym that's closest to you, and you can't control how they.
You said you're stuck at Chad's gym.
Yes, stuck. I can't go because of proximity. That's all.
Take that, Chad.
So you know what I mean, though. It's like if you're going to go, that's going to be the gym you go to, and they're going to promote, and they're going to be the kind of gym it is. So. You got to make the best of the situation, and that can be if you really want stripes and you really want belts, then you got to focus on the stuff that particular gym wants you to focus on. So ask your coach, and then get yourself like a mini coach. Get yourself
get you a Paul. Yeah, that's what I did. I got me a Paul.
Get somebody that wants to adopt a white belt.
Well, I cheated so bad because I had Ben I stole a bunch of blue belts in higher. Just like, you're going to teach me shit.
Yeah. But that works, doesn't it?
Oh,
because
it's fucking great, dude.
The coach has to deal with every motherfucker.
Yeah.
Right?
Seriously, just find blue belts especially. I think blue are perfect.
Yep. Find a good blue belt that matches your personality, that knows their shit, and just say, hey, what should I work on? Can you work on this with me? And most of them are going to be more than happy to help out and with their knowledge bases.
Well, that was my main reason of being the most proud part of being a blue belt is I don't feel like an asshole trying to help a white belt.
You have arrived.
And am I any more qualified? Am I any more qualified? No, still shittily qualified. But
you're just as shitty as you were 2 weeks ago. Well, let's be honest.
If not worse. Kroyler wrecked me. I now have less things I can do. But I feel better about doing so, and I love sharing the little knowledge that I have. And I think most blue belts are that way.
Most people like to be
most
helpful.
Any belts. Yeah. I'm just saying blue belts are going to be very prevalent in your school because it's one of the most longer, other than brown and black. Even brown's short. Yeah. Purple's relatively short compared to blue. Black belt, good luck finding a bunch of those in your gym.
Oh, right.
So blue belts are going to be the most prevalent with the most amount of knowledge that you can get. Yep. And they have the base knowledge that you fucking need. Yeah. So focus on that. Focus on what they show you. And that's what got me out of like worrying about my stripes was having Paul going, no, here, you're doing better here. You still suck here and here and here. Here's how to improve.
And here and here and here.
And everywhere, really. Sorry, Kip, you suck. I think I'm flashing back.
You should probably go back to soccer.
Man, do I get bitched at for talking about soccer on here. Fuck, it's football, assholes. It's the most popular sport in the world.
Football.
World Cup, bitches. Yeah. I've watched zero of it. Sorry.
Good. Proud of you.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. I used to love watching it. But yeah, it's so fortunate for me to have a person like Paul, a person like Ben. Morgan even did a lot for me, even though she just beat the shit out of me. Thanks a lot. Yeah. But yeah, you know, we always say adopt a white belt. Shit, adopt a blue belt. Go find one. They're fucking helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, preferably a funny one. It makes it easier.
Yeah. One with good temperament.
Yes. It's similar to yourself.
Well, you kind of want to go with the upper blue belts because when you just get blue belt, you're like, I want to smash white belts. Just kidding.
Not me. No.
No, you need the right personality, but they're prevalent. You'll be fine.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
But yeah, just get somebody that can kind of mini coach you, if you will.
Yeah, and even if they're not coaching you completely, they can at least, like Ben does that still for me now, is watch what Chad shows, and all that shit goes in one eye, out the other eye, and they help me walk through those steps and add the little nuances that Chad does, and like, no, this is what he was talking about here. So that's perfect, dude. Yep. Fucking blue belts are going to catch it a lot more than you as they're coming up. So awesome.
Cool. What do you think?
I don't know.
Did we cover it?
I think we got shit covered.
Are we going to hit stop and hope it saves this
good
time?
Lord.
Please don't fuck up. Please don't fuck up.
Don't fuck up, you piece of shit. I think we just need more patience.
But yeah, I think that wraps that up. So if you want, give us a review. That helps. We appreciate it. Send us an email. Let us know your thoughts, your struggles, what you want us to talk about. Funny stories.
Good knock joke.
Yeah, whatever. We're cool. Send us stuff and things. We appreciate all of it.
We do, and
appreciate the listens. You guys rock.
Yeah, we keep growing, man. It's fucking crazy. You guys keep finding us with our severe lack of advertisement.
Zeros of dollars. Yeah.
Zeros of dollars. Paulie's time making memes. That's pretty much how you guys can find us.
Yeah, and my kids rolling.
Yeah, that seems to go over better than most of our shit.
Yeah, they're adorable. You can't not watch kids roll. They're cute.
We need to get my kids, because I was watching Sydney. She did really good for just completely screwing around with Piper.
Nice.
Like Piper's like, I'm gonna roll with you. Sid just looks at me. She goes, oh my. Yeah. and then.
But she's a savage.
So as soon as she does, Piper drops to her ass, and fucking Morgan goes, watch out for those. Yeah, those legs. Yeah. Just like enveloped my little Sydney. But she did good. She held her own.
Cool.
So she was putting her work in. And Morgan even said, she goes, she does really well when she tries. Like, oh, she's my kid.
Yeah, please try this
so
round.
So adorable.
You're going to have to try with Piper. You're just going to get ruined.
But she had fun doing it anyway.
Cool.
She got pretty well ruined, but she did her own. She didn't get choked out. She did well. So, anywho's it's.
Yep. Like, share, follow, comment, email,
yell at
stuff
us.
and things.
If you're nice on an email, we'll probably just say thanks and move on. So, good luck with that.
Yeah.
We like abuse. Anyway, guys, thanks again.
Thanks.
Bye. Peace.